Hey, beloveds. I hope this message finds you well, as we are going over many topics about your struggle with failure that stop you from reaching your nearly impossible goals. Last time, we discussed failure in DARID, or DARID, depending on what side of the bridge you're from. Depression, anxiety, restlessness, irritability, and discontent. This time, we'll talk about personal strength, health, and happiness, or the business equivalents of brand, marketing, and sales. Even if you don't work in an organization, replace brand marketing sales with personal strength, health, and happiness. It's one of the 11 universal laws that we'll go over in BizDeva. Issues. Everyone's got them. But as a woman, LGBTQ plus, and or minority BIPOC problem solver and change maker, have you already tried and failed from why it's so hard to grow anything to brand, market, and sale? Remember, you can choose to replace brand marketing and sell personal strength, health, and happiness. Branding or personal strength feels Pollyanna, fake, or professional, masculine, and blue. Or think women, think Pepto Pink. Dislike machismo marketing or machismo health from multi-level six-figure marketing systems. So a lot of times I think the equivalent might be Western medicine. Oh yeah, and insurance. Okay, nothing wrong with it. It's just multi-level. All right, suck at slimy sales. Uh, Slimy sales or even personal happiness. For those of you prone to DARID, depression, anxiety, restlessness, irritability, and discontent, you know what I'm talking about. Branding, marketing, and sales. Or personal strength, health, and happiness. I'm so there with you. I hated it too. Felt like it was sucking my soul. But the alternatives are getting paid half as much for twice as much work, trading my time for less money. So, if you self-identify as a European American woman or LGBTQ plus, you may make 77 cents to 90 cents to a European American man's $1. If you self-identify, it depends on where you are on the LGBTQ scale, you know what I'm saying? If you self-identify as an African American or Black, you earn typically 68 cents to a buck. If you self-identify as a Hispanic American or a Latinx, you get paid 55 cents. If you're Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Native American, there's not much reliable stats on what you're worth because the government kept on saying in previous years, 2002, 2023, 2024, our numbers are too small. So it's not even worth calculating how much you're worth. That's just messed up. Anyway, despite all that you tried, classes, workshops, therapy, and alternative practitioners, you're still unable to break through generational trauma, family addictions, abuse, allegiance, and poverty. When you're growing anything, especially your business, how many people ask for the friends and family discount? And are you pressured to give away your sweat and tears labor away for free? Not only aren't we valued the same, but we also have up to what's called the 48% air quote pink tax. Pay more for personal items, large ticket items such as houses and cars with more expensive purchase prices and higher interest rates, not to mention wedding planning. Ooh. I mean, if you just say you're here for a celebration, that's one thing, but wedding planning, times that by I don't even know how much. When will you take a stand? When will you take a stand for yourself and for your descendants? Besides societal structures, culture clashes, and media messaging, you may be facing shadows or inner children, mental blocks from generational trauma, feeling helpless from the impact of family addictions, low esteem from past abuse, and a lack of resources in poverty. These challenges can create a sense of being stuck in a cycle of your T chain reactions, and hinder your ability to stay sober, recover from trauma, and clarify your purpose. You might feel that your fear of failure, competing priorities, constant disempowering noise from your family, friends, society, cultures, and media drag you down, and being doubtful of your next steps are holding you back. Despite your efforts, such as self-help and business development, workshop warrior, 8-week online coaching programs, every alternative practitioner, and you're still stuck and have not transformed your comfort zone set points for time, money, success, and freedom. Of course, what we learn in BizDeva, you can do it for other things. Some people do it for their bank account, some people do it for their weight. You know, what works for you. Or even their health. It doesn't have to be weight. What you truly desire to upgrade to your sober, abundant life vision. You long to grow anything, especially a business, through an authentic yin power way that clarifies your purpose, allowing you to gracefully, gratefully brand, market, and sell. Remember, we can also substitute that with personal strength, health, and happiness, and take necessary calculated risks for generational wealth growth instead of passing down generational trauma. So, in BizDeva, you're going to complete your brand marketing and sales plans to experiment with new power approaches and live a sober, abundant life vision, full of passion, purpose, process, and prosperity. And that's for the full BizDeva experiences, not for the BizDeva Dare. It's important to recognize that the challenges faced due to generational trauma, family addictions, abuse, and poverty are not your fault. These obstacles are deeply rooted in our yang power paradigm, in your comfort zone, set points for your time, money, success, and freedom, and often beyond your personal control, because you will continue to carry them around unconsciously. Growing anything, especially a business, can be the same, unconsciously triggering your fails in DARID, depression, anxiety, restlessness, irritability, and discontent on the daily. And if you don't learn how to overcome them, then those fails can stay with you, scarring and scabbing over throughout your lifetime, making greater grooves into your yang power comfort zone. Plus, they can be passed down to your descendants for the next 7 generations, or whoever decides, like, yeah, I'm doing this. This is my thing. On the other hand, it can be an enlightening, evolutionary path of spiritual experiences, full of revealing and healing. All right, beloveds, you can find more information at www.biz-deva.com. Bye for now.